Hey, hello, Armin Rao here from Armin L. Rao, Opening Doors, Making You Grow. I'd like to share something very quickly with you today here on my blog post, on my vlog, and that is actually about how you position yourself in the sales process and how you position yourself against your customer. Well, against is maybe the wrong word, but let's say vis-a-vis your potential customer. Now, what I cannot understand of many salespeople is that they think that the customer only decides if there is a deal or not, and that they depend on the customer's goodwill, on the business, on the purchasing manager, etc., etc., and that they can be happy to get the deal. You know, this tends to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and I strongly recommend you that you are talking to your customer at the same level. You're positioning yourself at the same level, which means that you make it very clear that you are also qualifying his company and the opportunity to decide if this deal is a good deal for you. So you will always ask yourself if it actually is an opportunity on which you're working, and you will also ask yourself if you can actually help, and if it makes sense, if you can make the deal profitable, for example, and let the customer know that it is a mutual decision to work together, and that you definitely do not want to have a bad deal for your company. Now, another thing really is in this process that many and oftentimes salespeople, they run after the customer and they're waiting for the next phase, and then there is a restructuring, and then there is I don't know, somebody who's left the company, then some other project has come in between. Now, don't get me wrong, these things can never be 100% avoided, but if you have a sales process that, for example, has 4 phases, a first phase which we might call a presentation or introduction, a second one which we call offer, a third one which we call contract, and the fourth one which we call negotiation and closing. You should actually force or ask the customer for a formal commitment to go on in the process until you go to the next phase. Which means, so if you have presented something, and if the customer has a project, if he wants an offer, he should formally ask for this offer and, for example, commit to a response by a certain date. If the customer is not happy to do that, well, then you know already that it is not that he's maybe not as serious as you would like it to be. So you could, for example, at this point in time, stop the sales process. Now, that is something which and you do the same after the offer. You ask for another commitment, for example, a memorandum of understanding before you even have before you're even going to craft a contract. And after contract negotiations, you might ask for a letter of intent or something like that. That is very, very important to do in enterprise sales. I call this continuous qualifying. Try it with your leads in order to work much more on opportunities that are real opportunities and opportunities that you can win. So that was my tip for today in this vlog on continuous qualifying and how you should position yourself vis-a-vis your client or potential client. This was Armin L. Rao from Armin L. Rao, Opening Doors, Making You Grow. Wishing you all the best, and thank you for watching it.